Dear Professor, I'm Home from Group A40. Today we will present our topic, Money Supply and Inflation, a quantity theory of money test for Malaysia, 1961 to 2024. My teammates are Xu Shihao and Wang Kunhong. Our presentation has 4 parts, 3 chapters plus a wrap-up. I'll cover the chapter 1, then my teammates will dive into chapter 2 and chapter 3, data results and policy implications. Our core questions are, do long-run money growth and inflation co-move in Malaysia, and how sensitive is influence to robust standard errors. First, Chapter 1, Background and Quantity Theory. So, why Malaysia? First, BNM prioritizes low stable inflation. Second, as a small open economy, Malaysia's inflation is shaped by both domestic liquidity and external shocks. Third, our 64-year sample includes commodity cycles and crises, ideal for testing long-run relationships. Given these research motivations, our research question is, does broad money growth explain Malaysia's CPI inflation? To answer this, we use QTM, the classical theory that sustained money growth rises inflation over the long run. Despite short-term deviations, we expect a positive link between money growth and inflation. Empirical setup. We use annual World Bank WDI data for Malaysia, 1961 to 2024. Baseline estimator is OLS, with robust standard errors, HC3 and new events to address common statistical issues. Preview of our key finding. Our beta estimate is around 0.093, positive as QTM predicts, but significance weakens with robust standard errors. That's all from me. Let's hand it over to my teammate Xu Shihao for Chapter 2.
Hello everyone, I'm Xu Shihao. In this part, I will cover Chapter 2 Data and Empirical Design, our data source with robust definitions and the key patterns before regression. We use unusual Malaysian data from 1961 to 2024 from the World Bank WDI, giving 64 usable observations after cleaning. Our two core variables are straightforward. Money growth, broad money growth and Euro%, a proxy for money supply expansion. Inflation, CPI inflation, capturing changes in the price level. This setup lets us test a classic quantity theory's implication, whether faster money growth is associated with higher inflation. Descriptive stats highlight an important point. Money growth is much more volatile than inflation. So even if the long-run link exists, the short-run yearly relationship can look noisy, meaning we should rely on regression and diagnostics rather than a single year's movement. From the time series plot, we do see some movement in certain periods, but not consistently year by year, likely because inflation is also influenced by shocks and policy changes. The scatter plot gives a clear summary. The point suggests a positive relationship overall with a moderate positive correlation, but the spread is wide, which implies money growth is important yet not the only driver of inflation. So we need the empirical model to quantify the average effect. So Chapter 2 sets up the data and the basic evidence. Next, we move to Chapter 3 for the regression results and the robustness checks by Wang Kunhong.
In Chapter 3, we present our main results, robustness checks, and the implications. Using a baseline OLS regression for Malaysia from 1961 to 2024, we found a positive relationship between money growth and inflation. The estimated coefficient is around 0.093, meaning higher money growth is associated with higher inflation. This result is consistent with the quantity theory of money and is economically meaningful. However, we then test whether the OLS assumptions hold. While stationary tests are satisfied, diagnostic results show clear heterostate and autocorrelation. This suggests that classical OLS standard errors may overstate statistic significance. When we apply robust standard errors such as HC3 and HAC, the coefficient remains positive and stable, but the level of significance becomes weaker. This indicates that the relationship is robust in direction, but sensitive to realistic macroeconomics errors. Overall, money growth contains useful information about inflation, but it should be interpreted with caution and used together with other indicators. Thanks for listening.